What are you mentally eating? What are you feeding into your brain on a continuous basis? I want you to think about what you're thinking about. That's one of my very favorite sayings. It changes everything. Think about what you're thinking about. What you're feeding into your brain, what you're allowing to really program you at your core in your thinking makes all the difference in your success or your failure. I'm going to start with a scripture, Philippians 4:8. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Isn't that so good? I just want you to meditate on that for a minute. Good in, good out. Are you putting the admirable things, the true, the holy, the righteous, the good things that are happening around you into your brain? And I'm going to talk about how you can do that proactively. But right now, we have a choice. We can be in any situation and we can see the good in that situation, or we can see the bad. We can think great things or doubtful things or fearful things or bad things. Think about what you're thinking about. And you have a choice. You get to choose what you're thinking about. So good in, good out. If you're thinking about the good, the holy, the admirable, the right things, you have massive success. You're going to have great results. If you think about all the poverty in the world, the fear, the doubt, what the news media is saying, what negative people are saying, you know what? You're going to get those results. You have to be very careful. So let's get into this a little bit. Again, good in, good out. Bad in, bad out. I'm going to just kind of start with a couple of examples. One story is about someone that I work with. I've worked with this person for a long time. Watched their business go through the roof and become one of the top producing businesses in the country in this particular industry that they're in this company that they're in. I mean, they're hitting it out of the park, or they were for a long time. This person was becoming happy and healthy and successful in every way that you would want. You know what happened? And I hate to say this, but she had someone move in with her that was so negative that this person is watching the negative news. They're focused on the problems in the world. And this person, who wasn't really even politically active, started listening to all the mainstream negative news media. And you know what happened? Their business went down, down, down to where a couple of years ago, it was barely profitable, to where they were making massive amount of money a few years before and even the year before. But that negative influence around, what did this person do? They said, well, I'm going to become informed. Well, the person that came in to their life, you know what happened? They were watching negative stuff, so they started watching negative stuff. They were talking about negative things. They were watching the negative news media. They got into fear about what's happening with certain people. Results went down the drain in many, many different ways. The person actually had to start going on drugs to cope with life because of what? Watching negative news, talking about it, having someone around them. And right now, they're on oxygen. They're on oxygen all the time just to cope with life. And they can't see it as clearly as someone on the outside can, but they let a lot of negative stuff, bad in, bad out. It hurts you. Let me use a different scenario. Someone that when I started working with this person, a lot of negative stuff. I mean, health-wise, just came off of a heart attack and not good health-wise. Well, you know what happened? They started putting good in, reading good books, listening to good things, listening to, books on tape and reading just about every day and listening to good training. Got rid of a lot of the negative people around them. And you know what happened? That person's income went through the roof. Their joy is going through the roof. Their health is better than it's ever been right now. It's crazy. Good in, good out. I want you to think about this too. You have a choice. I can't just tell you this and say, go listen to good stuff all day. It's your choice. You get to choose what you're going to be thinking about. You know, I have made it a habit to almost every day I listen and or I read something really good. And I was reading something not too long ago that some of it wasn't so good. And I read a second book by a certain author, and I'm not going to say who the author was, but I had to give myself permission not to finish the second book because I usually finish anything I start. But it started not doing, I started resenting reading, so finally I said, quit. And I quit reading that and I read a different book and I'm right back on track. Bad in, bad out, good in, good out. So make sure when you're reading, when you're watching things, it's good things around you. Make sure that the people around you are encouraging you. They're building you up. What is your mental diet? Again, this is just as important, I should say, as your physical diet. If you put bad things into your body, you're going to have bad results come out. If you eat junk food all day long every day, you're probably not going to have the energy that you would as if you ate good, nutritious food. Just think about a vehicle. Can you imagine in your car if you said, I'm going to fuel it up with water because I want to put water in. I don't want to put fuel in like gas, or it could be a diesel vehicle, and you say, no, I'm going to put water in it. It's not going to run that great. It's the same thing with you. You've got to have a steady, good diet on what is going into your brain, what's going into your heart, what are you thinking about? Again, think about what you're thinking about. Pay attention to it. Make sure that you're putting good stuff in. Don't just try to do this. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it every day. And it's just like we need to eat every day. You need to put good stuff in every day into your brain. What are you mentally chewing on? What is your mental diet? I want you to think about that. What is your mental diet? What are you feeding yourself? So I hope this has helped you. And if you don't have a great place to get mental diet, I want you to think about this. The people that are around you are so huge. It's important. As I said, good people around, good things. You know, we've created a community called SuccessTek. And it's so much more than that. We have software, but the community is so positive. If you don't have a great positive environment, join us. Get involved. Let great people that are improving their lives encourage you, motivate you. Let them tell you when you've done something right, they pat you on the back. It is so powerful to have the right people around you. You need to make sure that you have that in your life. We have dozens and dozens of positive trainings telling you how to do the right things, how to change your thinking, how to do a lot of what we're talking about now. You need to make sure you do it, but if you're not sure how, we have training after training diving into the meat of that. But you know, the most important thing is think about what you think about. Get around the right people, you will change that. But again, you have to choose that. It's your choice. So if you would like to join us, great. We would love to have you. But with that, let's end this right now by me just encouraging you one last time to think about what you're thinking about. If you understood how important it was to your success, you would check every thought. You would be so aware of when you start thinking negative, speaking negative. I'm not going to go into speaking right now, just thinking, but they all work together. But think about what you think about. I hope this has helped you. And as always, remember to expect success. Thanks.